Good morning and welcome into DragRace Central. I am your host, Randall Shue.
I'm your co-host, Lane Shue.
Along with grandson. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Speak him up loud there. That's got Mr. Britton in here, our grandson. Number one grandson. We got him in here visiting with us this morning. I'm sure he's going to do a great job for us. He was, what'd you call that, beatboxing or something like that on the way? He gets excited and starts. They used to call it singing. They don't call it singing anymore. He was doing something in the back seat. But anyway, he sounded awful good. Landon, this time of year, it happens every year. We've been doing this. We're approaching 6 years into this. This time of year, there's no racing going on.
Yeah, there's nothing going on.
What do you talk about on a drag race show with no racing going on?
That's it.
Kind of winding the year down. We're going to talk about some of the stuff we've done for the year, kind of a recap. Next week will be our last show of the year. We'll be off Christmas, obviously, and New Year's weekend, so it'll finish our year up for us.
That's it.
We'll try to have some of our characters in studio with us next week, or at least make sure they call.
All right.
So we want to make sure everybody comes in and just kind of have us a holiday show.
Hey, if they want to call in this week too, that'll help.
Oh yeah, you can call in and help Landon out. I've got plenty to say.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You got about 15 minutes worth of information there.
Just like the first day we came on the air.
That's it.
I had 2 pages of stuff. Page and a half. I don't know. I had a big page of stuff.
There's 2 pages.
We went to the first break. You said, "Hey, Dad, you've already said everything you brought with you today."
Now, this was live on air.
Yeah.
This was 13 minutes in the first show.
So, it's got to get better now.
Yeah. It's got to be easier somehow, right?
It's got to be. I've talked on the air for hundreds and hundreds of hours now. I've been doing this approximately 20 years. Started somewhere in the early to mid 90s. So it's been a while. When I first started this, Landon, I was a guest on the Car Doctor show.
The Car Doctor.
I was a guest on there, and the guy asked me would I come on. Sure, I'll come on. And I got thinking, what in the world have I done? I was nervous. My palms were sweating. Literally had water dripping off my palms. Well, this turns out actually worked pretty well. So I did it 4 or 5 times, and the host had to be out of town for something, and they called, asked me would I host it. Well, heck yeah, I'll do that. Let me tell you, you've never seen tall, skinny white boys so nervous. I got up and I was fidgeting, just like I'm fidgeting now. I was fidgeting. I was nervous. Went pretty well. Well, that group split up and asked me would I host a show. Heck yeah, I'll do that. That's not a big deal. First of all, they had changed locations. I could not find the studio. I'm sweating bullets. Finally found it. Everybody in the whole organization was there except the guy who had to do the talking. We had a name set up for this show. And just before the light came on, and they actually had a light at the old studio, just before light come in, producer popped the door. Hey, you can't use that name. It's already being used. Then he pointed at me. Oh my goodness! And I'm a severe newbie on top of that. Got a lot of people in there depending on me to have something semi-intelligent to say. So I said, "Welcome into the as yet unnamed radio repair show," and it was downhill from there. But anyway, we had a good time and did that for several years and answered some car questions, and people had all kind of car problems. They'd call me, and I was the local click and clack, but mine was cold calls. Click and clack, they always got their calls and questions during the week, researched them, and it gave me an answer the next week. Not me. You called me. You was talking to me.
Right.
Well, I was teaching school. One morning I'm on the air, This guy called, had a problem with a Honda. He's talking, and the more I talked to him, I thought, are you under the hood of that car or under the fender? He says, well, yeah. This guy had the front wheel off of a Honda Accord. He was under it on a creeper or some cardboard or something, talking to me, and I'm walking him through the repair. It turns out he was my boss over at Tarrant at the high school.
Man, there you go. Talking about step by step.
Oh yeah,
education.
we did it. On Monday morning, he thought that was the funniest thing. I said, "Wait a minute, is this Kennemer?" He says, "Well, yeah." Okay, it's made sense. So that was kind of funny.
Right.
We had a guy who called in from out in Jasper. I think his name was Dalton. It's Dalton from Jasper. Dalton, we was on from 10 to 12, I believe is what originally we was on. Anyway, he had already been into the sauce about the time we come on the air. He called in drunk. That was always interesting when I had a guest on me. I said, "Look, we got this drunk guy calls in, and he'll be calling in, and we just know what to expect." Sure enough, Dalton from Jasper would call in, drunk as a skunk. Anyway, he got to talking about his car. He had some kind of Ford. Some kind of car. He's riding down the road. He opened the passenger door. The brakes come on. I said, "Nope, no such thing. There are no cars that the brakes come on if you open the door." I said, "What's happening? You're not noticing. Your wife's opening the door and trying to push you out the door is what the problem is." Well, it could be. I got to doing some research that following week, and there was a Rolls Royce that actually, if the door popped open, the brakes applied slowly and pulled the car to a stop. So I was wrong. But Fords didn't do that.
Right.
So we went through that. Had a woman got calling pretty regular. She called every week. One day, she was apparently going through a divorce, and whoever she was married to was trying to escape her, is actually what the deal was. She said that her husband was breaking into her car at night and doing whatever. What can she do to protect her car? I said, "Well, nothing. If I want your car, I can walk up and get in it, and you'll never know I've been there." So this is what we do.
That's it.
I said, "You can, except BMW. You're not getting into BMW. You
have the hammer.
With a hammer, but you call it in the window. Unless you physically unlock it, the door won't unlock. Anyway, it's a anti-terrorism thing on a BMW. I'm quite serious. But anyway, I said, "Well, you can put it in you hide it in a locked building and lock the building." Then it kept on. She said, "Look, are you married?" That's when it got. So that was interesting.
Look,
So
look, if you want the safest car though, get you a Buick. Unplug the battery at the end of the night. That way, in the morning, you got to call the computer guy to come by and flash the thing.
Trailblazer. We put an alternator on a Trailblazer one time. Just an alternator, not a big deal. Light was on, took it apart, put the alternator on. Very simple job. Got ready, fired up, wouldn't crank. We had to trailer it or wrecker it to the dealership to have it reprogrammed.
Yep.
That's a hard phone call to make to a customer. That you put an alternator, I got to have your car reprogrammed.
We did a Buick, dead battery. You're just like, I'll just swap the battery out. Wouldn't crank again. Has to be flashed.
That's terrible.
So a dead battery going to cost you $500.
I had a guy call me one day. He said, "Hey man, I'm working on this car. It's cleaning the injectors. Cleaning the injectors on it. It quit and won't crank." So it's kind of one of my, I say understudy, a great mechanic, but he just, every now and then you need new eyes. "I'll be there in a minute." So he worked about a mile or so up the road. I jumped truck, run up there, reach in, hit starter. This car had jumped time. The timing chain had stripped while this thing's sitting there running. Well, all it was clean the injectors, and it needed it. cleaned the injectors, and it jumped timing and spun it over. It had no compression whatsoever. So he didn't know what he was going to do. Well, he went in and got the customer. Landon, you talking about a twist of fate. When she walked out, I went to elementary school with her. I knew this woman. So, well, I got him out of a pickle. So it's like I said, running. Remember the Honda we was doing air conditioner on?
Oh yeah.
It's running. Everything's great. Engine quit. Distributor went out.
Yeah.
That is a terrible phone call. He said, "What's running fine?" I know that it was running. We got the air conditioner fixed. Had to put the distributor in it.
No, remember he was there.
Well, you know,
he was 10 feet from it.
No, there's one that I had taken him home.
Oh,
he worked actually at the Honda plant, and called him. I said, "You ain't gonna believe this thing. This thing quit, and the distributor went out." He said, "What caused that?" I don't know. Whatever caused Honda distributors to go out. It turns out it's a oil seal inside the distributor. Gets up there and it's got a Hall effect switch in it, and it gets messed up, and the seal goes bad and kills the computer, or the
igniter
electronics in the. But that is not. Those are very, very not much fun phone calls to make.
No.
Oh, anyway. So that's, this continued on for several years, and George Howard. I was at the track up at Laster Mountain. George said, "Hey, what do you think about doing this radio show?" Okay, let me do it. Well, the second time I did, it was DragRace Central at the time. The second time I did, I was not nervous anymore. I'd done been on the air for several years, and and we're talking about hot rodding. Life is good.
That's it.
So get to play on the radio and talk about racing. What could be better? We did that for a couple of years, and then one day we were sitting at Gardendale Performance, a bunch of guys talking about hot rod stories, and the stories just got, the stories got longer, and the skills got deeper and deeper. We were skinning fish like mad. Anyway,
the cars were getting faster.
Oh, the faster we, the older you get, the faster your car was. Well, anyway,
you were the first guy. You were the first guys in the sub 1 second.
I went 0.00.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, these stories do not need to go away. I've got, I wrote for the paper for a long time, and I've got about 500-ish technical articles. I thought about putting a book form, so I started writing a book with all these racing stories in it. Well, all this come together and talking about it, I said, you know what? These stories don't need to go away. We need to put them where young people can hear them. So that's when I got to calling around, and of course called back 101 again. Hey, I want to put on a show. So I came over here and talked to the people, and they began to tell me all about the legals and all this kind of stuff and all the information. I said, I got an FCC license. They said, you do? I said, yeah. Never mind, and signed me up right on the spot. Because having a private pilot's license, you have to have an FCC license to operate a radio on an airplane. So that gave me an in on. So here we are, almost 6 years. Well, actually, April will be 6 years.
That's it.
Talking about racing, and
April 7th.
That is.
Or April 8th.
It was the first weekend in April of that
I'm
year.
sorry, it was April 1st then.
Okay, it was the first weekend in April, whatever that was.
I did it. I marked it off earlier.
Okay. Well, that being said, we're kind of wanting to do today a year in review. We've got a few things going to be coming up next year, and we're going to talk about that and some more of the stuff we've done for this year. But anyway, we're going to take our first break of the day. We'll be right back on DragRace Central. All right, come on, Britton, bring us back in.
Everybody, good morning.
Just say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, loud, come on.
Good morning.
Yeah, wake them up.
There you go.
A bunch of sleepy heads. We get everybody woke up. Thank you, young man. You're getting, you're learning. We're going to do a year in review. We're going to talk about some of the stuff we've done for this year. Actually, we got a couple of events we need to talk about. Stuff that'll be coming up. One of the big things we've got coming up in February. First weekend in February is the World of Wheels.
That's it.
we're going to have the Corvette. We want everybody to come out and see us, especially the ones with a lot of money, because
we want everybody with a big paycheck come see us.
That might want their own a pro mod car at their house. I think we're gonna sell it.
We're gonna brighten someone's day.
That's right. Make their life brighter. Every time I walk through the basement and see Trixie. By the way, Trixie is her name.
I have heard you named it.
And you know what the name of the 55 is?
What's that?
Bubbles.
Bubbles?
So we have Bubbles and Trixie downstairs.
Okay.
So that's Hottie's going to make the template, the stickers and all for the car. We got that. We talked to her, and she's going to do that for us. So that'll be done next couple of days, or actually before we bring it back out.
Is this for Bubbles you're talking about?
Trixie is the Corvette.
I know. I didn't know you were making stickers for it.
Oh yeah. Back it said Mary says DragRace Central in the back quarter, right in that same area. It'll have her name.
Okay. I think you need I'm thinking a better name for this.
What?
It's for sale.
For sale.
Yeah. What do you think about that name?
By owner.
Mm-hmm.
For sale's first name, by owner is
last, yes.
That's right. My nerves forces a sale. Car is dead straight. I mean, there's no issues. But let me tell you, it's a lot faster than anybody ever explained to me. But I'm going to make a 4-second pass.
And no one ever told you what a 5.0 feels like?
Holy smoke. In the words of the great Clint Eastwood, a man got to know his limitation.
That's fair, I guess.
Yeah. You get strapped in this thing, man, it's a hoot. Anyway, we got the World of Wheels coming up. We're going to have our car and one more. I think Richard Oettinger wants to put his one of his cars in there. He's got a blown 37 Chevrolet, got a blown Hemi in it, and he's bought another one. And I think it's a Camaro.
While I'm posting YouTube videos, I posted his old Corvette.
Oh, you did? Okay. Speaking of YouTube videos, you've got how many shows do you have up on YouTube?
We have 16. I have 17. I got to get some more pictures.
Okay. If you'd like your car up on our YouTube channel, yep. And right now it's a podcast style. It is audio. It is the radio show itself.
Well, we've got half of 2020 up.
Okay.
And don't worry, it's not any particular half. It's just the easiest things I was able to grab.
As you're going along, you got hail damage on there. SR280Z.
Side chick.
Side chick.
Is that what you called it?
I don't know. It's hail damage on yoga pants.
It was a car many names.
Right. It changed the name. There's our 78 280Z. We still got it. And it's kind of out in the field right now. But it could be repowered and be up and operating in a day or so. So anyway, it's not gone.
Right.
It's certainly not forgotten.
Yeah, I uploaded a picture with it yesterday, day before yesterday.
So you get an opportunity to go out to DragRace is one word, and Central is a word by itself. DragRace Central, and you'll see lots and lots of audio. You can ride down the road and listen to the show. They give you something to do. If you would like your car on one of the videos, now Chris Rogers has got two. Got his Fairmont and his little red hoopty that he rides around in on a video. You know what we need to do? David Merrill's Camaro. We need a picture of his Camaro and put on one of them.
Donna just gave me the green light for one of her pictures.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Good morning, Donna.
Hey, Donna, good morning. And next week, Donna, listen to this. Now, I know you up. I know you doing some snacks for William and all that. I would like to have. I'll get in touch with you. I would like to have y'all on the show next week. It's a year end. Not a lot of racing going on this time of year, like you and Chris and William, get you and William come up here and bring Chris, and we'll have a studio full of people. That'll be a lot of fun. Now I know we get up early in the morning, but you're a country girl. Getting up early and is not a big deal for you. But good morning to you, Miss Snack Lady herself. Hey, that would be. Hey, Landon, she could bring snacks.
She could.
That'll work. So we'd like to have her, and if nothing else, we can get her to call. Because we'll make sure Will calls us, and Todd for over the MTO Motors, make sure he calls in. So we'll try to have a cast of characters. Do you remember the number of the most people we ever had in studio?
7.
11.
11. I wasn't here that day.
You wasn't?
No, I had blown a tire.
Is that the one where the lady flopped out in the floor?
You told me. You called and told me about it.
Okay, there was a lady she sat down, missed her chair, hit the ground. Her husband never quit talking. It was quite interesting. I thought, well, I guess he's seen her in the floor before. He didn't say. That was kind of funny. Anyway, 11 people in the studio. That was quite a day.
I've been here at 7.
Yeah.
No, but you had 11. I had blown some tires. And I was waiting for tires to come in.
Okay. Well, that was a busy day.
I would believe it.
Oh, it was still a lot of fun, and especially since these rooms are as small as they are.
Yeah, this is not a dining hall.
No, I know it. Today, the PRI show finishes up. The Performance Racing Industry show finishes up in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium. I've seen a lot of pictures from up there. Jimmy from Gardell Performance posted his picture with Farm Truck and Asen. There's everybody in car world was there except us.
Somebody had to stay at home and
somebody got to be here.
Somebody attends to the kids.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Anyway, we get back the World of Wheels. We're gonna hit that heavily. We want to have a good display this year. Richard has got 2 different cars. David Chruch, he's got some nice stuff, and I said, David, what you gonna put in? He said, I think I'm gonna let Richard take my spot. So Richard, 37 Chevrolet Pro Mod car, blown Hemi in this thing. So maybe he'll decide either the Camaro he recently bought. So we'll be as we go along, we'll do more and more about the World of Wheels. I filmed. Is that even a word anymore?
Yes.
I recorded, did a video recording of our first YouTube channel. We're gonna have video. There's a lot more to that than it appears, isn't it, Landon?
Yeah.
Making sure. Hey, this is what's funny. You film that. You can't have anything in the background like a radio going. You can't have that. Can't have music. Products and boxes of stuff that you've got laying around behind you. You cannot have that because you don't have their approval to put it on.
Well, you can once, then we get a lawsuit.
Bad idea.
Right.
So
they won't even say stop that. They just say, here's the bill.
They just come with the cute little the guy in the cute outfits, come up and have a talk with you.
Yep.
Wow. All right, we're going to go out and take a break. We'll be right back on DragRace Central. Welcome back into DragRace Central. You were conversing with Donna on there, and it happened to remind me. Of course, I had this on my sheet, but this is something we need to talk about.
That you don't own Laster Mountain?
I do not own Laster Mountain Dragway. I had a couple of inquiries this week.
People asking you about.
They wanted to buy it, and I wouldn't have mind taking a 7-digit check. But the trouble is, the guy who really owned the place would not be happy with me.
Yeah.
So anyway, I had somebody contact me, wanted to buy it, and I got in touch with the owner. I'm supposed he got in touch with him, but anyway, I gave him the name. Laster Mountain, at this point, does not have an operator for next year. Carl and Angela decided to to not redo their contract for next year. We are looking for somebody to operate the racetrack. We need something local. You know, that is the only operating racetrack of any type in Jefferson County, the most populated area in the whole state of Alabama. We do not have a racetrack of any type. You know, Sayre is a round track, but that's I think that's Walker County.
I got it figured out, Dad.
Oh, what's that?
I figured it out.
Oh,
You go ahead and become the operator, and then I'll have a job.
huh. Landon, it would be cheaper for me to just write you a check every week, just because.
But it's not as much fun.
Really,
Hey, you'd have your own advertisement.
yeah,
Already got sponsors.
yeah. Keep going.
You can decide when you want to race.
Keep going.
You ever wanted to have a race on like a Tuesday afternoon just because? You can do that. Unlimited test passes.
Keep going.
Unlimited test passes.
You hadn't hit anything that. Hey, there's some people make a great living
Oh yeah.
working on having a racetrack. There's also a large percentage of them are using up all the money they had stacked up trying to make a racetrack work.
That is
I'm too
correct.
old to start over again.
Understandable.
I'm pretty comfortable. I don't believe I want a job. This is about as much a job as I want. I mean, it's 2 hours a week, and I have to force myself to get up and come do this. No, I'm kidding. I enjoy doing this.
Right.
Now, Donna, you and William need an extra job. I'm sure you don't want one. Y'all need to get the track. This is a plan. This is an even better deal than me getting it. Donna, I could go up and she could make snacks and I could hang out with her, and they'd be stressed out.
See, Donna already said that that'd work for you.
Donna, I will work for you. I'll be chief cook, bottle washer. I'll be the song director. I don't know what I'll be.
That's it.
Should I sing one verse of my Christmas song?
You need to save that for the second hour.
Oh yeah. I don't have but one.
That way we got peak listeners for you.
And if we get canceled,
it's easier for me to cut that out then. Yeah.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not.
I have to scrub through this.
No, I wrote it, so nobody can get mad at it.
Oh no, but if it's just so bad enough where you want me to cut it out, it'd make it easier for me to scrub through if it's in the middle.
Well, the fact that I can't sing helps.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're looking for a operator of Laster Mountain. Hope somebody will take that thing home and take it over and do a great job of it. Great facility. There's a new track being built in our area. It's a round track at the intersection of 269 and Minor Parkway. There's a round track being built, and I don't know how far along they are. When I get out in that area, I'm gonna go take a look at it. I hadn't been on that side of town in a while, but got to get out and that's in the McDonald's Chapel area. If you're
more of a Burger King guy myself.
No, McDonald's Chapel.
Oh.
That's an area, not a McDonald's hamburger. Minor high school, and here's your landmark. Charlie's Go-Go was in that area.
That was before my time.
Thank goodness. NVS Auto's over there.
Okay.
That's on Minor Parkway.
Yeah.
Just down
That's
the road.
VP Racing Fuel.
VPs? Yes, they do. Christmas idea. This is an idea. Now we're only 3 weeks out from Christmas, so what you need is 3 pails of VP fuel.
We're 2 weeks.
2
for
weeks?
Christmas Eve. Exactly.
2 weeks. So at least 3 pails of VP fuel for your honey.
Let's go and round it off to a 55-gallon drum.
55 gallon. That's hard to handle.
I didn't say. Look, I'm sure
That's
if
somebody
you
else's
buy
problem.
one, somebody will help you load it.
And unload it.
Now, I don't know about unload. That's your problem.
Well, see, there's
But
the problem.
loading it's easy.
A drum of fuel weighs about 350 pounds.
Yeah.
You've got to handle that.
You throw that in the passenger seat.
throw it. Yeah, they ain't gonna throw into that.
You're strong enough.
But look, 3 pails of VP racing fuel. Now sneak out in the garage and look, because if your husband races, he does have some pails of VP fuel. On the front label will tell you what he uses. It'll have 110, C85, X85,
nitromethane.
If he's got nitromethane, no, you're not going out in the driveway to get it, or in the garage. He's got drums of it. It takes 15 gallons per pass.
Exactly. Get him a pail of it. It's a thought that counts.
I guess it is. Anyway, go out there and look at the VP cans right in front of it. C12, C16, X16, C23, C25, T fuel. See what the label says on it, and go by one of our places that handles VP fuel. VP. That is easy for me to say. VP fuel, and we're only 2 weeks out. 3 pails, and you're talking about a home run. There should be jewelry showing up because you've done this. I mean, it's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. None of that cubic zirconia stuff. I'm talking some good stuff.
Some high quality
stuff.
High quality drill bit stuff.
That's it. So 3 pails. That's the rules. Give them some locations where they can go out and get that.
Hey, they got Coleman discount muffler. They got. All right, here we go.
He's got his signs up now. By the way, now.
Do they?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Yeah. So
NVS Auto.
NVS Auto.
Gardell Performance.
Hang on. I'm trying to make sure, because we did lose some people. I'm trying to make sure we get it all right.
Off-road
Off-road Connections.
Or
Gardell Performance.
Yeah.
NVS Auto. Coleman discount muffler.
Okay. So the tracks, you can't buy them in the tracks. The tracks ain't open. So, hey, if they've got some left, you might be able to. So, hey, something else you can buy. How about some traction compound? VP has that traction compound. So some of the no prep services, you do need traction compound. Even though the track don't put it down, you can put it down yourself, which is perfectly okay.
Put it down in your driveway. It might help if, with ice, whatnot. If you
got some traction, that's for sure.
That's it.
So there's a lot of. You could also go up to Ray's Drive Shaft and have your husband a drive shaft made. Now that's going to be a little more difficult, because you can't sneak that in. The VP fuel, you can sneak that in, because if you wrap up a 5-gallon pail of race gas, he's going to know what it is.
Put it in the box.
Put it in a box?
Yeah.
Big box. Okay. That's
all right, first of all, they make refrigerator boxes. You can get a big box.
Okay. Well, put him in a box.
Actually, no, they make boxes big enough you can drop cars into.
Better than that. Take a picture of the VP fuel that you've hid, and he opens up his Christmas card, pictures of the VP fuel, and you talking about a happy guy.
You can put underneath the tie you got him.
Yeah, socks, underwear, and 3 cans of VP fuel.
Yeah.
I'm talking an outstanding Christmas. What do you think?
Yeah.
It works for me.
And a drive shaft.
And a drive shaft.
From Ray's Drive Shafts. You want quality stuff.
But it's a lot harder. You're going to have to get him to get under measure it. Very doable.
That's it.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back on DragRace Central. Welcome back into DragRace Central. Landon, I have been corrected. Sayre Speedway is in Jefferson County, just barely. A buddy of Randall Wise texted me and said it is in Jefferson County, but it's right on line. It's probably closer to the line than Wesley's Booby Trap. That's on the line.
It's on the line.
I'm not going to start talking about Wesley's. But anyway, that's kind of funny. If you've never experienced that, I suggest you not, because there's some things in our life that you cannot unsee.
Right. That is a fair point.
Yep. So anyway, that's good. I got to say good morning to Randall Wise. Randall, old racing buddy, and if you need any gravel or tractor work done, he can take. He came to the house and spread a bunch of gravel and where the place to park the motor home and the trailer. So
he's the guy.
He is the guy.
Right.
Hey, here, and Miss Ginger, his wife, she says from real estate. How about that?
That's it.
Hey, I got to get with them. They go camping. They're campers, and I need to go camping with them one time. They're some awful nice folks. Anyway, getting back to Laster Mountain.
Hey,
what you got?
Sorry, Donna's telling me that there were 13 injured, 9 including bystanders, in ferry exhibition driving crash on John Rogers Drive.
On a ferry.
Yes.
John Rogers Drive. Isn't that it? Isn't that the horse track road? I think John Rogers
from
Drive.
Birmingham. I mean,
I think that's the horse track road. So, this is much different than those street race crowd that we used to deal with, because we all knew each other. But this
we don't know each other anymore.
This group that gets out now, exhibition driving. This is going to call 13 injured. But was any killed?
So it just says 13 injured, 9 critical.
Wow. You get that many people and somebody acting stupid. Not only did it hurt some people, the guy who was driving, it has ruined his life too. Because the chance of him recovering from this is anyway. There's very very little chance of him, because he was doing something stupid, and you get caught doing something stupid, it's going to get ugly for you.
Yeah, I've seen a Mustang roll on top of some people.
Yeah.
And then the guy driving, he didn't make it.
Wow.
DOA.
That's happened. You can't. These vehicles, this is machinery. Machinery will kill you.
Yep.
And it'll still love you, but it will kill you. You can't get out acting. Get out and acting stupid, and it breaks my heart that some people are out doing this, and this is this is what they it's terrible.
Right.
But anyway, you can't. Those stories, you can't fix stupid. Don't know what we're going to do. But this will get bad with this many. This is the second driving exhibition injuries. Another one was 6 or 8 months ago downtown, and there's some people got in bad trouble with it. You remember up in Soddy Daisy, Tennessee? That's been about 10 or 12 years ago. Perfectly legitimate, documented parade permit, the whole works.
Yes.
The guy doing burnouts, they had barriers set up. I mean, it was a good deal. Got in a Pro Mod car, in a serious Pro Mod car, did a burnout. He did not lift. He's going to do sure enough a John Ford style, ran past the barriers. Car got away from him and killed 2 or 3 people. The car ended up on top of some people.
Yep.
Because he ran past the barriers. It ruined this guy financially.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was just, and he really, he was in the correct, but he just stayed in. He had about 3 seconds of lost his mind, and it got him. If he had a car got loose, you hit the barriers and they hit somebody, different set of rules, because you were within the area you're supposed to be in, but he continued on past it. So this will get him.
Yep.
And hopefully all the people recover from it and are okay. It breaks my heart that car culture has come to this. And look, there's going to be some drugs or alcohol involved. Somebody made a stupid decision to do something like this.
Now there is one piece of advice I have from this. Maybe you should start the race in front of all the cars instead of.
Well, they weren't racing. They get out doing burnouts and donuts out in the middle of the road. and you've got some people over there who they run out of talent pretty quick.
Yep.
These are not professional. They run out of talent quick.
Yeah,
and,
they sure do.
So anyway, we that's tough. Anyway, Randall Wise, well, if you need some gravel spread, get in touch with him. He'll bring you some gravel out and bring the tractor out and do some work around your
Give him
house.
the cell phone number. Give everybody a cell phone number.
I better not do that. We'll have to.
Just go ahead and announce his personal address.
Yeah, get his address, phone number. Yeah, tell him what you're having for breakfast. This will go over good, won't it?
Yeah.
Ginger would not like me anymore.
Nah, I guarantee you she wouldn't.
Oh, well, it's not the first female that cut me loose. That's funny. I'm sorry, Ginger. Anyway, I keep hearing something. Anyway, we've got an 8-year-old young man about to turn 8-year-old in here in the studio with us. That everything if you're 8 and you have a hammer, everything is a nail.
Right.
That's exactly what we have in here. So they whip on everything, so we have to keep pointing at him and put that down over there. Thank you. Anyway, that's interesting. So Laster Mountain needs an operator. You can get Jay Bostic is the owner. You can get in touch with him. He has a excavating and demolition company.
Better than that. Somebody just needs to finance it for you. You run it, but somebody else flip the bill.
That might not be a bad deal. As long as I don't have to write the check.
Yeah.
The check's kind of, you rent, and you say rent's expensive. Let me tell you what's expensive is the insurance on a racetrack.
Yeah.
The power bill, employees, and all the pieces. Lots and lots of money. You got to have some pretty good income come in and make that thing operate. You know how much grass? There's 68 acres up there. You got to cut the grass.
Hey. Making an income.
You got to cut grass. And he goes, Wheatie has done a great job. It always looks wonderful. There's no trash. Wheatie has done an outstanding job up there. But there's only one of him.
We go ahead and clone him.
Yeah, we do need to clone Wheatie.
Yeah.
So that's good. We talked about we're going to do a recap of what we've done for the year.
Speaking of recaps, you can always check out our YouTube channel, DragRace Central. It's 2 words.
DragRace is one word, and then Central's the other word.
That's it. You can listen to up to right now 16. It'll be 18 sometime tonight or tomorrow morning.
So there's 32 hours of listening going on right now. So if you're on the way to California, you can be to Los Angeles before you run out of Landon Sweet Dells at Tones.
32 hours.
Takes 32 hours, thereabouts.
That's roughly how much we have.
Okay.
I got one that's ready, just needs a picture. Donna gave me a green light on one of her pictures.
Okay.
So there's one. And then this one should be up sometime either in the morning or tonight.
Okay. Well, that'll be good. So if you want your car on one of Landon's videos, well, it's actually an audio, but
even if you don't and you're just okay with it, give me the green light for it, please.
Yeah.
I'm out of pictures.
We've used all the ones. You had one couple from Laster Mountain at the Gasser race.
Yeah.
You had that. There's a bunch of them. So it's.
I've only got one, and it can only be used once for a specific show. When Malcolm Story did it.
Okay.
Because he actually made a flyer for that, or either he did or Deidre did.
Okay.
And so that's the only one I got left.
Well,
I am out.
Well, Donna will send a picture. They'll give you one. How do they get in touch with you?
Facebook. You can go out to our Facebook page, 101.1 Drag Race Central. Send me a picture of your car you'd like me to use. You can go on our Facebook, and it has a link to our YouTube channel.
Yep.
And that's an easy way to find them both. Or you can go out to our YouTube at Drag Race Central, Drag Race, and then Central. And you will be set up for all the shows you could stand. Till you're just sick of us.
No, that can't happen.
I don't know. I get pretty sick of it because I have to scrub through the whole thing.
So that's a lot to listen to yourself and me talk.
It is, especially when you sit there and you do 4 or 5 at one day. 8 hours.
Landon, let me ask you: do you ever just sit there and with that thing going, you sit, man, that's my dad right there?
No,
you don't do that. Oh, come on, man! No respect. That's my dad right there. You don't do that?
No.
Oh, okay. One day I'll be just like him. That's scary. We started off this year going to.
Oh, Donna, I want to clarify. I'm not using a picture of Donna. I'm using a.
Oh, come on now!
A picture of her car.
Oh, picture of car. Voodoo.
Yes.
Got a picture of Voodoo going.
No, they bought a new car. I think.
Really?
I believe it was Donna. I saw bought a new car.
What'd you get?
Let me look.
What
yeah. Either ways, continuing.
Okay. We started out now. Donna's. She might have to send a picture of a boat. She likes boats. They live down on the river. They do the Christmas on the river. I don't know if they're going to do. I hadn't even heard whether they're going to do Christmas on the river. They have a parade of boats going up and down, and their boats are all decorated. That would be neat.
I know I saw somebody had a new Pro Mod.
Either ways, William might have talked her out of some money. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, he'd be my hero. All right, I hear music in the background. We're going to take our 1 hour break. We'll be right back on DragRace Central. Welcome back into the second hour of DragRace Central. Landon.
I finally got to the bottom of what she meant. Donna's making the commitment to buy the Corvette.
That is wonderful. I'm going to help them with the Corvette.
Yes.
Now, Donna, what I'm going to need is a check signed.
And a box of those sandwiches.
Oh, by the way, Landon wants some sandwiches.
Yes.
And I'm just going to surprise you with a number that I write on the check.
A blank check with a signature.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
you're going to be thrilled.
She's going to swallow her chewing gum when the numbers come through.
I don't think she really understands how good of a deal she's getting.
I think you're right. They'll add Trixie to their stable of cars. This will be wonderful. Donna, just come on over this afternoon. I'll be around. We're gonna make Christmas cookies and deliver a Corvette today.
She's telling me Christmas on the river this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Starts at Kings Point, goes to Houghton Camp.
Houghton's. I don't know where Kings Point. I know where Houghton's is, but I don't know where.
She's already typing.
Oh, well, thank you, Donna. She's helping us out. She could call in.
She did say it was her Pro Mod.
Well, okay.
So 941. We got the commitment.
205-941-1011. Donna, just in case you need to call, I'm taking good care of your car. It's in the basement. It's cleaned up.
I waxed it in Huntsville.
Clay barred. It's been clay barred.
Clay barred and waxed.
Yes. So it'd be looking. Of course, it's about time for a.
It's ready for.
Well, you need to. You can't wash these cars. You've got to dry wash.
She says she's coughing uncontrollably now.
Donna, you're not being very nice. Yeah, she'd really cough. She'd really cough when she got the number on the check.
The bill, yeah.
Yeah. Come on, it'll be fine. Don't worry. It's not a lot of money if you say it really fast.
Mm-hmm. It never is.
Yeah, that's it. So, thank you, Donna, and Randall Wise listening to us. Anyway, we started off this year. Started off down in Bradenton, Florida. Took me a little road trip in the RV, a redneck road trip. First night on the way down, I didn't get to leave till way up in the daytime, and I made it to Cordell, Georgia. Refueled. I got stuck in traffic in Atlanta. Imagine that.
In Atlanta?
Yeah, there was more than one car in front of me.
Everybody knows there's no one in Atlanta.
Oh, so anyway, I made it to Cordell, stopped at Walmart, and spent the night because it was probably 8:30, 9 o'clock. I done gotten tired anyway, so I pulled off at Walmart, spent the night. Didn't spend any money. The next day, I made it to Ocala, and went through Don Garlett's museum, and did the tourist thing, and had to see myself in the book down there. Landon, they had a book called Ghost of Drag Strips Past, first edition. I'm in the back of it. I had to look, make sure I was the only guy in the place who had a picture in a book for sale in Don Garlett's museum.
There you go.
I was impressed because I didn't tell anybody. I had to look at it for myself, though.
No, you didn't tell anybody because you didn't want to be mobbed.
That's it. I didn't have a Sharpie with me where I could sign autographs.
That's it.
Some friends, they winter down there, so that's over in Crystal Springs. So I went over from there, from Ocala. I went to their place is due west, about 40 miles, something like that. Went over to the coast and ate supper with them, and hung around with them till the time to go, and got back in the coach and started south. I made it to Port St. Lucia. Spent the night at Walmart. That went out pretty well. Didn't there again, I hadn't spent any money. The next day I got up and found me a place to eat and ate my breakfast and went down through Tampa and across the Tampa Bay Bridge, which is incredible. Just beautiful down through there, the west coast of Florida. Made it to Bradenton Motorsports Park. Told them what I was doing, to come down and hang out with them. Was going to do the show from there and all that. They let me in free. There wasn't much going on. There's a testing tune on that night, and so I met a guy down there who was also in an RV on a kind of little road trip. He had retired from Harley and from Harley Davidson up in Maine or Pennsylvania, anyway, up there. And so he rented his house out and got an RV and was down there. So you're talking about a great retirement. They gave him a big old check and bought him an RV. He was did troubleshooting for Harley motorcycles.
Okay.
Named Salty Dog. So me and Salty Dog, we barbecued and grilled and had a low country boil right there. So I stayed until time to come home. So on the way home, I drove and I made it to Plant City, Florida, refueled, and then started on home. Well, that Saturday morning I called the show. You and Chris, I think, were on the air that morning. So I called from I-75 on the way home. And when I got home, and I bought a T-shirt and something else. Well, I bought a T-shirt at Don Garlett's and then bought breakfast somewhere. When I got home, other than fuel, I had spent $54.
$54.
Now fuel was between $500 and $600, but
$54.
But $54 trip. What a bargain!
Yeah, as long as you just don't remember that you had to buy fuel as well.
But I was gone 5 days, I believe. No hotel, no restaurant stuff. So I had everything with me. So what a bargain! So really the $500 in fuel. If I'd been in a
might as well have been a free trip.
If I'd been in a car, I'd spent $250, $200 or whatever in fuel, and then had to buy had a hotel at night. And I don't care for hotels. I don't care how much you lock something up at a hotel. Somebody will steal it. At a campground, you can lay anything out. Nobody will take it. Just a different crowd, and that's the crowd I like to be around.
Right.
So that was January. Made it home. That was a fun trip. We had some cold nights. Got down there. It was I drove up into springtime. It was in the high 70s, low 80s. Absolutely incredible. February we had the World of Wheels. We prepared last part of January and February for the World of Wheels. Had a great showing down there. World of Wheels always does a good job, and really in our world, if you don't have your car ready by the World of Wheels, you are running late. So we're a couple of weeks away from Christmas. Actually, 2 weeks away from Christmas Eve today, and they'll take a week. New Year's takes a week. Now by the time all of a sudden you look up, it is mid-January. It's only 2 weeks to the car show. So you're quickly running out of time to get your car ready for next year. And once the car show shows up, it won't be 2 or 3 weeks. There'll be some place to go that you can go scratch off.
All right.
So you need to start working on that car.
The pressure never lays in until you realize it's season time.
Or you think next Saturday night is the first race, and it's going to be 73 degrees, no rain, and sunshine, and your car is not ready.
Yeah.
But at least your significant other will have gone and got you 3 pails of VP racing fuel, and at least your fuel will be ready.
Look, I'm just saying, if you get 3 drums, he'll be covered for the year.
Well, how about
That's
4
a once-a-year
pails?
No, drums. 55-gallon drums. You get 3 of those, and you've covered the fuel bill for the year.
And there's a significant savings.
Exactly.
And I can't remember. I don't have that in front of me. How much a drum of so.
See, this is just the more logical thing to do. You like to save money, don't you?
Except the kids that get out there and decide they need some gas for a lawnmower, for a go-kart and a motorcycle. And when you go out there next time, it's gone. And there's, it's, well,
That's why you buy nitromethane.
It'd be $500 for a 55-gallon. 5 gallons is $80 or $90, something like that.
I figured it out for you. You only got to buy 2 drums. One of nitromethane, one of methanol.
Oh, so you can blend it.
Yes.
How many crankshafts you gonna need? And rods, pistons,
That's not
and other
important.
parts. Not important.
It's not important. Look at all the extra power.
You know what you can say? That thing is running good when it comes apart.
Yeah.
Yep. So World of Wheels, that'll be coming up in first weekend in February. Let's see. I can't.
Can't read your writing?
Well, I know.
Well, yeah. Why would you be able to?
Well, I know.
You're the one that wrote it.
Oh, wait a minute. We bought something new this year. Corvette. 53 Pro Mod Corvette. That was, I thought, what in the world? Anyway.
We're getting her freshened up for somebody.
Yep. Going to buy a new set of rods for it, and I'm not going to put them in. And let me tell you my thinking. Now, it's approaching time for a set of rods in the motor in the car.
Right.
Rods are $1,200-$1,300 for a set of rods. If you continue to run it and let one break, we're talking $5,000 or $6,000 to freshen the motor up. If you go ahead and put some rods in it while it's not broke, it's you got your $1,200 for the rods and just some gaskets and stuff. You won't be out much money.
Right. So why would you do it now? So
I'm going to buy a set of rods, and when I sell it to somebody, I'm going to say, here's your new. No, this is my thinking. Here's your new set of rods. And the reason, if you put rods in it, so look, I just put rods in it. Now, how many people have been told that and they get out there and scatter the motor because the rods are old? I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I tell them, here's new rods. Motor's got 40-something passes. I can't document exactly how many passes are on the motor. So this is the right way to do that. Mm-hmm. But right now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the car. Cranks, runs, drives, it's even got fuel in it. You could fire it up, back it out, and make a pass. Prime the oiling system, crank it up, and make a pass. Wait a minute. Heat the oil, prime the system, crank it up, and take 3 people to put it in the trailer, and 3 people to unload it, and two to assemble it. Oh, yeah, that's the reason that it's a little bit too much for me.
Yeah.
The 55, I can get in it, back it out, drive it on trailer, strap it down myself. It doesn't require, that's one of the reasons I never ran NASCAR. But I had to get out and change my own tires. I go races by myself.
That's it.
All right, we're going to go out and take a break. We'll be right back on DragRace Central. Welcome back in. Len and I hadn't done any radio show guy stuff. It's 7/18, December 10th. If you were supposed to be at work at 7 o'clock, But if you're supposed to be there at 7:30, you're still in good shape, so you need to hurry. Let's go out to a caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Randall. Good morning, Landon.
Holy smoke, Mr. Chris.
It's a Fultdale flasher.
in person.
Yeah.
In the skivvies. Hey, I thought you need to take a picture of David's car, and we're gonna put it on our Facebook. I mean, our YouTube channel.
Right. I heard y'all saying something about that. I don't actually have a picture of it. Joe Dollar, maybe get in touch with him. I think he knows where the car is at. He might be able to get you a picture of it or find a picture of it in his earlier days.
Okay.
I'm sure there's one around. Or David might know where one's at. But I do have a picture when we were first running my first race car. It was a 78 Camaro that I had bought. And there's a picture of him in the shot. Back in the day when we did these burnouts, if you remember, we were not very smart back then, but somebody would stand back there by the rear quarter panel and they would move the car back and forth in the burnout. I'm not exactly sure why they did that, but
because they saw somebody else do it.
Yeah.
It's like the 9 dry hops. Don't know why I did it, but somebody else did it. I got to do that.
Exactly. So there's a picture of him in there. So maybe I can get that sent over to you. That'll be at least one that I know of I got. The glory days of back in the racing when we didn't know very much, but there was a lot of show going on back in the day. And win or lose, it was a lot of fun. That was for sure.
Well, I keep thinking that the only thing I have learned over the 40-something years that I've been doing this is how little I really know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing how much, when you really get into this stuff, that how many, how hard this is.
Yeah. And it's a journey. And
yes. It's not the destination. It is the journey.
Yeah. But that's why we do it. It's a very unique sport. And there are so many facets to it. You're doing the talk show in the mornings to bring on what's going on with our local racing and news, and then we've got the actual track, and then the people and the friends you meet, and the rivalries that we get into. It's all there's nothing very different from it than anything else I can imagine getting into.
I agree. I've tried other forms of amusement, but I still keep coming back to this.
And you look at the different people who are involved in it. The drag racing is a very much of a mind game that's played from the moment you pull into the track till you leave out of the track. But look at all the different people who are involved in it, from young people to old people to males, females.
Every economic condition.
Look at you. What tall are you? What are you? 6'5", 6'6"?
Yep.
Then you've got people who are short and overweight like me, and
but hey, now Chris, you're exactly the correct weight. You're just 4 inches too short.
Yeah.
That was funny.
But the guy who runs that the Street Outlaw series, No Prep Kings. When you look at some of them characters in that, and that guy with the Stinky Pinky car, that guy?
Oh, you're right. I mean, they're just everybody.
This guy walking the street, you'd have never thought that he jumps in a car that's capable of going 3 seconds in an eighth of a mile.
That's right.
You would have never down on him, but that's what he does. That's his group, and he does a real good job with it.
He does, and their characters is the reason they're on TV.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of race car guys and very good and all that. But you see where Antron Brown stepped into a Pro 275 car down in Orlando and won it?
Yeah,
top
I did.
fuel guy.
Yeah, and racers are racer.
Yep.
And when they've got nothing else to race, they'll get in your car and race it.
Yeah, yeah.
And a true driver is going to shine. They just, they'll come to the top. As they say, the cream will rise.
Yeah,
top.
Antron came out of motorcycles. He was a pro stock bike racer.
Right. we all know the story behind him that he was a champion on those bikes.
Yeah, and stepped over.
Asked to come over because they thought that his reflexes and his reactions were so good on the bike that if he could bring that over to Top Fuel, that it would be a winning combination.
And it has been. He does an outstanding job, and a smart guy too.
Yeah, and very much promoter.
Yes.
Every time you see him, even when he's down and lost and tore everything up, he's always got a positive spin on everything. He never lets it show on TV. And there's days when things are getting into his wallet big time at the end of a race, but he's still putting a positive spin on it when he's on the TV.
Well, something I'm amazed at with these guys now, they take off and they're 0 to 100 in 0.8 of a second. They run 285-ish in eighth mile, 335 in 1,000 feet. All right, so then you pull the parachutes, and it tries to tear your head off to slow down. All right, they finally get this thing pulled over. They get out and get all this contraption off. Somebody sticks a mic in their face, and they're dead on.
Exactly. The adrenaline has got to be running, and they've got to, like you say, come on the air and talk some sense. Me or you, we'd be just babbling about the past, but
it'd be awful.
But these guys are professionals, and like you say, I can remember in a day when we saw Bernstein and all of them when they were first started running 300 miles an hour. They'd crawl out of a car and they were just shaking like a leaf.
Oh yeah,
and trying to do one because of the adrenaline rush they were getting into, because they were breaking then records. But now if you can't run over 300 mile an hour, you don't even qualify.
334, and I was watching some of the deal going on down in Orlando, and 370 passes were normal. Those guys, I saw 356 or 353, one pass down there. These guys are just absolute flying.
And just to show where the technology has gotten us into, and what I'm amazed at, some of the bodies of the cars are using is not the standard cookie cutter, spaceship looking front ends and back ends of cars.
Right.
They're using different late model, cars now that you would never dream that you would thought would not be aerodynamic, but they're doing it with some cars that look almost streetable. That's unbelievable.
Well, your smart guys, the Street Outlaws. Daddy Dave has built a new Audi. Justin Swanstrom has got the Lexus.
Lexus,
Well, you say, that's not a race car. Well, you look at the money that Toyota and all these companies have spent, and Audi have spent on aerodynamics. Well, why not just use it?
Right.
So you're talking about a bunch of horsepower to pull a car down the track with bad aerodynamics. You make it smooth, hey, it'll go faster. You don't have to spend any money on the motor.
Right, and there you go again. The guy with the stinky pinky car is a Cadillac. What is it?
CTSV.
Yes, that body's starting to be used some, and there's some other ones out there I've seen, body styles out there, but like I say, it's so different and unique. There's not cookie cutter all Camaros.
Like Pro Stock is a dozen Camaros running each other.
Yeah, everybody's a Camaro. Just the paint scheme's a little different. That's good that they're kind of moving away from that, because after a while, it's
like NASCAR. 42 cars running exactly the same speed and all look alike.
Exactly, and everybody staying bunched up together. You're right. That's not so much of a good racing like it used to be in the other day. And I understand that people used to dominate every once in a while, but
you want that.
But the good will always come to the rise to the top and win that stuff. But I'm glad we're in a sport that we're different cars, and we can bring them out and run them and have a good time with them. Here I am with an old. It's not a Fairmont. It's
Zephyr.
Zephyr.
Yeah, want to clarify that is a different kind of fox body. All right, well, Chris, I got music in the background. Thanks for calling. And want to get with you this week. I want to get you to come up, and we're going to have a
year cup.
Yeah, year-end deal, and the studio will be full. I'll talk to you this week.
That'll be fun.
All right, bud. We'll be right back on DragRace Central. Welcome back in to DragRace Central. Got somebody want to say something?
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas. That's Britton. That's going to be so good. We'll have him on a podcast. So that's
on live on air and
live on air. Replay tonight from 9 to 11.
Replay from from tonight till whenever you
forever.
Yeah. We got a YouTube channel.
This week we're gonna hit that thing, and we eventually will have videos up.
Yes.
I've got
like and subscribe on there.
I've got one started filming. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. Turn on notifications where you can see whenever we get all of our previous shows uploaded. Today's episode will be uploaded sometime tonight, I hope. Whenever I get done fighting with YouTube. It's a fight, everyone.
Yeah, you sent me a form that there's some kind of thing that showed how many people listen and all this. I thought, what in the world? Because he was on the phone. What in the world does that boy sent me?
It's a spreadsheet.
Yeah, spreadsheet. Yeah, I am good. I knew what it was. I thought, what are all these numbers? Anyway, I guess numbers are important. Well, the fact that the Romans did not have a 0 in the Roman numerals, the reason the Roman Empire failed. They didn't have any way to. Well, I'm sure there's more reasons.
I'm pretty sure everybody just start burning buildings down because there wasn't
a zero. I guess not. All right. Anyway,
they had a philosophy about that too. So
they had
a reason there was no 0.
I guess you're right. Anyway, bought the Corvette this year. We're getting back to the stuff we did. Bought the Corvette this year and
selling the Corvette next year.
Possible.
No. Donna already claimed it. Remember?
All right, Donna. All we got to do is we're just negotiating now.
So another thing is that means people need to start outbidding her if they want it.
Okay. So everybody send a blank check, and we'll just surprise everybody.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and see. We'll see whose maxes out first.
There you go. That'll work.
Whoever maxes out last gets it.
Well, Donna, William will look good in this Corvette. Y'all came to the house. William got in it. He said, "Oh yeah, I like this." So it would. Hey, it's Christmas time.
It is.
Oh,
that's a Christmas present.
That would be Christmas. We put a bow on it.
Well, we can run down. Them bows are like $300. I've looked them up.
Landon, the kind of numbers we're getting for the car, that $300 that ain't squat.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll never miss it.
Still $300.
It's still $300. I guess you're right. So anyway, we don't need to sell it till after the World of Wheels.
No, we can borrow it till then. So hey, we still want to put it in there.
Okay, we can do that because we'll peel my name off the wall and off the windows and put their name on it. How about that? So that'll work. That'll work good. So Donnie, you and Williams come on over and we'll.
Maybe it's a surprise.
Oh yeah, Donna, don't tell William.
Yeah.
Or William, don't tell Donna. There you go.
Don't tell her you know.
No, he can buy it and surprise her.
Yes. No, he already told me he's not allowed to buy anything.
He has to check with his financial advisor.
Yeah.
I totally understand that. He say, honey, you ain't gonna believe what followed me home.
Yeah, I got such a good deal. It'd have been irresponsible.
It was on sale.
If I didn't buy it, you'd be upset.
It was on sale.
That's it.
So we got the Corvette this year. The learning curve has been steep. I've been driving a race car for over 40 years. The learning curve is steep. You watch these guys do this, and
they do things differently.
You're sitting right here, just going right down. And how hard could it be? Boy, there's lots of things happen in a short period of time.
Yeah, there is a lot of things that are different between a street car and a pro modified.
Holy smoke! So we get to Montgomery. I had fired it up, pulled it in the trailer. That's how much.
How much seat time you had?
That's how much seat time I had. So
really, how much seat time do you really need? We're only pushing for the fours.
Well, so I made an easy pass first time, just down and made sure nothing weird happened.
Yeah, 540s.
I don't know. No, I went in the sixes first pass. I just wanted to go down and feel the speed. Yeah, just make sure anything.
Oh, yeah. Confirm that you didn't have brakes.
Well, the brakes are for sissies. I found that out. So, by the way, I do have a leak. I saw the fluid under the. I got to tighten the fitting her up. Anyway,
yeah.
So we went back and reset, and I'm gonna make a pass. We got up and got in line, got everything hooked up and strapped in, and you can't move, and then you snap the window net. It's about to get real. You push the thing up, we fired it up, and I did a burnout, and landed. It took off so hard. It just,
pulled your foot off the pedal.
No, I've had that happen before, but I knew how to deal with that because your leg is heavy and the inertia pulls your foot up off the gas pedal. You can't figure out what happened to the car, so you have to support your leg and then mash it with your foot. Took off down the track, and my world has come to an end. Oh my gosh! It pushed me so hard back in the seat that it cocked my helmet to where I could only see out my left eye. Can't see anyway. But my right eye is covered up by my helmet. You can't let go, so I'm driving with my left eye. About the time this thing clicked high gear, the guy on the left side parachute come out. He is, well,
he's a second and a half fast.
He's 100 yards ahead of me, Landon.
He's a second and a half faster than you. Yeah.
Well, 100 yards. He's 300 feet. So anyway. Got it hemmed up and got it pulled down. I ain't got a sign of brakes, but I got all that fixed. But quite the experience. So we had a good outing that first time, and then we went to I-22, July 2nd race. When it come time, I pulled up. I was number one qualifier. Finally got it all straightened out, and number one qualifier in the pro mod race. The trouble is that only lasted about 2.5-3 minutes till the second car went down. And then I was no longer number one qualifier. We've got issues. We've got issues in here. Anyway, we got an 8-year-old running out of time. But anyway, we were number one qualifier for about 2.5-3 minutes.
Yes. Hey, how long did you need to be number one qualifier?
The fact that somebody outrun us is irrelevant. I was number one qualifier.
You number one at I-22 as well.
That's where I was number one at.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't at
no, we were number two qualifier.
No, it didn't. But we were number one at I-22. That's all that matters. The fact that we were number one. So anyway,
number two at Montgomery, number one at I-22.
So all that being said, there wasn't a whole lot of money involved.
$300.
We grossed, and I'm telling you, and I've got to, with the horror of the IRS listening, we grossed $700 this year. Gross. Now we netted. Now gross and net is two different animals.
Right.
We netted about $60,000 in the hole. Thereabouts. So
probably more than that. I'm sorry, probably less than that.
The $700 we won didn't buy gas. Okay, that was fun. So anyway, that was the 4th of July race. Well, it occurred on the 2nd, and then we another time we went down to Montgomery, and my record right now is a 5:13, 138 miles an hour. We got down and turned the nitrous on. Well, but let me back up a little bit. At I-22, my nitrous bottle pillow was in the car, and I told Mike Gillespie, who plays the Joker, I said, hey, I got a nitrous bottle pellet in my nitrous holder. After I do my burnout, could I get you to reach in there and snatch it and take off running with my nitrous bottle? He said, man, I'll do that. So sure enough.
I'm actually going to upload that photo.
So you did what?
I'm going to upload that photo,
you are?
too. Yeah.
So Gillespie, after I did the burnout, he snatched my door open, he got the nitrous bottle out and took off running with it like he had stole my nitrous. So that was, we got to make sure we remember we're putting on a show for the crowd. And we did put on a show. Had to run Batman first round. Boy, that didn't work out too good.
It was a close one.
He ran completely out of the zip code I was in.
He changed counties.
And zip code. And area code for the phone calls is how bad he outrun me. But that's all right. Then we ran again. We ran Huntsville.
So he at that point, he was racing in I-22, and you're still racing in Birmingham.
Yeah. He might have been on right in Meridian, Mississippi by the time I took off. Then we ran Huntsville. So that was... Now,
hang on. I told you last time we went to Huntsville is that it took the number one qualifier to take us out.
Time. That's a fact.
The guy who would go on to win the whole shebang is the guy who took us out. So really, we could have came in second.
We could have. Now we put the nitrous bottle in. We're gonna make a pass on nitrous. I'm going in the fours. I'm mentally prepared. I turned the nitrous down.
Sit down with Jesus.
Yeah, I said, hey, I might see you in a few minutes. Anyway, so I turned the nitrous down to where it would, leave easy. I could get some. It's probably set up for high 460s is about where it should run now. Flick the nitrous on, purge. I let go of the nitrous.
Didn't work.
I only turned one switch on. The one switch operated the purge. The other switch operated the nitrous itself. I didn't try it in the pit. So anyway, I lifted and I did not get my 4-second pass. So 5:13 and 1:38 is the fastest I went for this year.
So you set a new record for yourself?
That is a record.
PB?
And let me tell you, that's a lot faster than I thought it was going to be.
That's it.
These 0-60 times they talk about on TV, they're amusing. We're 0-60 in like 0.6 of a second. I don't know. Remember, it's 138 miles an hour in 5.1 seconds. Good Lord. All right, we're going to go out and take a break. We'll be right back on DragRace Central. Welcome back into DragRace Central. Let's go out to a caller or a good morning.
Morning, gentlemen. How y'all today?
Hey, Mr. Will. Everything's good.
Just hanging out up here in Lawrence County this morning. How you? Good. Yeah, I've enjoying listening to y'all.
Well, I appreciate that. We're finishing up the year, and make sure you call us in next week. We're gonna have a cast of characters in, and it'll be our last show of the year.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I heard y'all talking about it a little bit earlier. Yeah, I'll definitely try to call in next week and get in on that. And sound like you got a list coming in.
I hope so.
Yeah, I told you. I heard your track option there. I told you needed. If Jake's ever comes available, you need to buy it. So you got one closer to home now. You can just buy Lester Mountain and operate it. That'll be just right up your alley.
You're breaking up. I can't hear you. You're breaking up. Yeah, you need to take your pill this morning.
Oh, I think too big sometimes. It's got me in trouble before.
I totally understand. Now, I don't believe I love being involved with the track. That's something. But as far as being the owner, I have no desire for that.
Oh yeah. Well, they might set you up as operator, like you said. Can't ever tell.
I don't want to be financially responsible for anything.
Well, like I said, as long as somebody else paying the bills.
Oh, that'd be fun. Hey,
Yeah.
Somebody else pay the bill and me make the money.
That's right. But you just have to share it, though. You just have to share it with them.
Well.
But it's bad, like I told you before, I had a business where I made grossed over. You talking about grossing and net pay? Where I grossed over $1 million. I grossed nearly $1,100,000, about $1,099,000 and some change. and wound up turning a little over 6,000 profit for the year. Now that's pretty sad.
Hello, it's 0.6%.
Yeah,
Math,
that was pretty bad.
the math won't work.
Yeah, and the credit card and debit card company's got another little over $6,000, so I could have made a whopping $13,000 profit, but they got a little over six too. So all I was left with was about a little over 6,000.
Well, you think about, you made like 18 cents an hour.
Yeah. working about. Well, the total of that plus my other work, I was probably working 60, 70 to 80 hours a week, some weeks. So,
well,
yeah,
people don't.
It worked out real good.
Yeah, people don't understand in business. It is so hard, and there's so many things. They are cash consuming entities.
Yes, some things worse than others. Much worse.
Yeah,
I've told people you can take a $500, well, maybe not a $500 truck now, but used to you could take a $500 truck and $500 worth of tools and build $1 million house. But you get involved with something where you got a lot of overhead, like a gas station or a bigger type construction business or excavation business, you can have $100,000, $1 million, $2 or $3 million tied up in your assets, and if you're not making money to cover those bills, you'll be in trouble in a hurry.
Hey, you're gonna lose the $500 truck and the $500 tools.
Yeah, you can make a lot of money invested in the right type of business, but you can also invest way too much and not get anything for your return.
Well, you ever had one of them deals? Wait a minute, I was rich day before yesterday. What happened to all that money?
Oh, yes, what I used to tell people, I said, I did not realize how good I had it until I bought a store.
I
did not realize how good I had it.
Holy smokes.
But I'm looking forward to the racing season too, and the World of Wheels. And I'll definitely call in next week and touch base with y'all, see what's going on.
Oh, sounds great.
We'll just try to help some folks out this holiday season. If we see somebody in need or something, we'll just see if we can help them, lend them a hand, help them out a little bit, and not just stay out, but all year round.
Well, we got a GoFundMe account started for Donna to buy William this my Pro Mod car.
Oh yeah. Somebody needs to buy that little jewel. Keep it going.
Well, Donna, just think how good it looked down at their house.
Yeah, sharp.
Oh yeah, we'll wax it for them, everything.
Especially if they live on a busy road, they pull out there and keep it out front where people can see it.
No, they live further in the woods than I do.
Oh, do they? Well, maybe they got a business location they can put it somewhere.
Yeah,
they advertise, do some advertising through the station.
Oh yeah.
Keep it going.
I live so far in the woods. Saturday night, the Grand Ole Opry don't get there till mid Sunday morning.
Well, I'm glad I live out in the country. I'm on the country road, but you can see my place in the road. But I would not want to live in a city or a small town, even, especially a city. I would feel like I was locked up in a cage.
Well, it's kind of the same thing. But anyway, that's we're having a lot of fun. Will, I appreciate you calling.
That's the main thing.
Just make sure.
Sir. Y'all have a great day. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just make sure you give us a call next week. We will be finishing the year up, and we want all of our local or regulars to call in and wish everybody a Merry Christmas and all those good things.
Yes, sir. Y'all be safe. Have a great day.
Thank you, Will.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
That's our buddy Will from up in North Alabama. He said Lawrence County, up in Moulton area.
That's it.
7:54 on this December the 10th. If you got to be at work at 8 o'clock, you might ought to get on with the program. What do you think?
You can run a little bit behind.
Hey, look, are you on Donna over there about coming and getting the car?
No, not yet.
Well, maybe she'll talk William into it. It'll take her about 2 months to talk him into it. No, it won't take him 2 seconds. But anyway, right after they can take delivery at the World of Wheels, and we'll have a big presentation. How about that? So give me one of them big old checks like Happy Gilmore got. I want one of them big old checks.
That's it.
I'll stack them in the back of the Suburban. What do you think?
Yeah.
Ray's drive shaft. We need to talk about Ray's. You need to go by, and if you need a drive shaft repaired or installed, not installed, but if you need one built for your race car or break one in your truck, your Giraffe or your Razor broke, Ray's is a good place to go have that, have a new one made.
That's right.
All custom, and they got custom or stock ones, whatever you need. There's one that he don't do. I think it's off of the new Challenger. It's got some kind of 2-piece something in it. He said, nope, don't do those. Woman told him the drive shaft was like $4,000. He said, $4,000, I'd probably figure something out.
I would have to agree.
But it's got a 2-piece with a center hanger, kind of like your GTO's got.
Oh, yes.
But it's a different kind of setup. So people had put one of those things in a older model car and then had to figure out how to make that ZF I think it's a ZF transmission in a Chrysler hooked to a rear end. And it was I'm not sure how that works. If it had a Gubo clutch on it or what it had, but
I got the triple Gubo. Hold on, no, it's a double Gubo.
And when I say Gubo, I am not making that up. There is such thing as a Gubo clutch. We might talk about Gubo clutches.
So soft shock.
Yeah.
Deploy.
Keep when you sidestep the clutch, it kind of takes off instead of snatches.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what it is. There's several different types, but anyway. Also, VP Fuel. It is Christmas time. Go and buy your honey 3 pails of VP Fuel. And go out the garage, see what he uses, because there's a can out there. Every time we watch a racing show, we got to refuel. Here comes a guy with a 5-gallon can or pail of VP Fuel.
Yeah.
Remember, it doesn't make a lot of extra power. It protects your motor is what it's for. You're making plenty of power, but some detonation or pre-ignition will destroy an engine. Everybody used to say my valves are rattling. It is not valves rattling. The noise you're hearing is uncontrolled combustion, and the piston is rocking side to side in the bore, making that much noise.
Yeah. It's the money noise.
Yeah, you're going to let the magic smoke out of that motor. You keep that up.
That's right. Hey, let's take another moment to talk about our Facebook page, 101.1 Drag Race Central. And then also we have Drag Race Central, Drag Race being one word, Central being another, on YouTube. You can go out and listen to our previous shows. Today's show will be on this afternoon. Or tonight or in the morning.
I want to say you've done an excellent job at that.
That's right.
You just done yeoman's job. I saw your setup. Good Lord.
Yeah. Please like and subscribe. You can stay informed.
That's it.
Catch all of our previous shows.
Replay tonight
on the radio
from 9 to 11 on the air. And just remember, the older I get, the faster I'm going to be. See y'all next week on Drag Race Central.